Speaking of being on top of your game, maybe heading outside is the game that you want to play, and so we want to spend a little time in Iowa's great outdoors. Chance Patrick.
I started sweating when I looked at that. It's hot.
Right.
I'm not even outside, but it's Iowa.
Be prepared.
We love it because in the middle of the winter we're like, oh, can't wait till it's 80 and 90, and then it gets here and we're like, man, it's hot. No, it's Iowa. We love it. It's a good time to get outside, but you do got to stay hydrated. There's a lot of things going on, and everything's busy. But the 4th of July is coming up. People always think, why are you talking about 4th of July and fireworks? Well, fireworks are great for Iowa. I love them. But they can cause some hazard in the conservation. You know, it's fire. There's a lot of trash left over after fireworks. The animals go wild. So let's say you're out at that farm next to the highway and you're shooting off those big cannons. Well, those animals are just not sitting back like, oh, that's beautiful, looking up in the air. They're running. So now they're running out on the highway. So our travel patterns got to change a little bit during the 4th of July because the deer and animals are running because they're scared. So some tips on just keeping things cleaned up. Don't shoot over. Everybody likes to just shoot over waterways. Have you ever noticed that? Everybody's like, it's safe. We're going to shoot over the pond.
And I think that is the biggest misconception. They say, in one way, it's true. It is safer fire-wise because if something is smoldering and it falls into water, it's going to go out. No question about that. But you have to think about the other repercussions too.
Well, you know, what goes up must come down. We always got to remember that. So when we're shooting these big rockets and everything, we all love them. But they're either gonna come down on a house or in some tall grass or in a yard. We never know where they're gonna go, so we always want to think about the ways we're shooting them, and then get that trash collected, because that's what a lot of people do. Is they send it off, we see it. Where's it go after that? Well, now, 5th of July, you go outside. You're like, I got a rocket on my roof. I have all this in my yard. Well, that's why we need to maintain our composure when we're lighting these and light them in one area so they all come back down hopefully in that area and we can get all the mess cleaned up, because I love fireworks and usually there's a pretty good mess afterwards.
Well, let's be honest, many cities have banned shooting off fireworks in city areas, and so please check with your local community to know what the rules are, because it is legal to purchase them now as of yesterday. So a lot of people do go out to rural Iowa so that they can shoot them off. And again, we want you to be legal in what you're doing, but as you said, also be mindful of what you're doing and safe where you're doing it, and make sure you clean up after yourself.
Well, and traveling is going to be the big thing, you know, like around the Highway 5, 235. Iowa is a deer state. We have a lot of deer, and once you get them up and moving, it's like one moves, they're all moving. That's one thing to remember, is when a deer takes off, they're wondering why, so they're not going to ask, they're going to take off with it. So if you see the one, there's going to be more coming.
That's the common phrase, is if you see one, there's probably more.
There's probably more, and they're going to be coming in a hurry. They're scared. We have a lot of deer. People don't realize the amount of deer Iowa has. And you get that much commotion, they just start running circles. And they're not thinking about the cars. And we're not really thinking about them because we just had this great fireworks display. We're on our way home, and they're still going off from another, you know, surrounding area, and they're running circles. So they're going to move all night long. We got to think about that when we're traveling, because we want to get home safe. We just enjoy this beautiful fireworks, but those animals are still scared.
Yeah,
so it's a thing we want to watch.
Guessing if they get scared in the first place, any little sound after that.
Yeah, they're going to be jumpy.
Is going to trigger that.
Yeah, but enjoy and just be safe and pick up all the mess.
Now, you mentioned pick up your mess afterwards, and be honest with you, this is the first time I even thought about that.
There's a lot
when
of
you
mess
said this, because obviously the remnants come down, the shells come down. Do they usually end up in a general area, or do they get scattered?
Okay, so you know, I live by Principal Park, and we have one of the most beautiful fire displays every weekend that they play down there. You'll find pieces of the mortars that, you know, you catch the wind right. I mean, my house isn't that far from there, so they'll drop into our neighborhood. I mean, they will travel. Some of those rockets, they take off, you know, and you always get the one that wants to do the sideways Sally, go the opposite way you want it. Well, that thing will travel, and then once it goes out, the wind carries it, and where's it dump it? In somebody's yard. So when you wake up, you know, you're going to find stuff. You know, walk up and down your street, just pick up the mess, because we want to keep them here. We want to make it better in Iowa. We have the sale, which is good. Now, if we can get them to be able to fire them.
Yeah, because there's a lot of litter around. Some people that may not have had a problem with fireworks before, and if their yard is full of litter from debris from fireworks, they're going to have a problem.
They're going to have a problem, and we don't want that. We want it to get better, bring more into Iowa. So it's just one of those things. be courtesy, pick up your mess, and enjoy them.
Yeah, and
that's what America's about.
Now, you mentioned over water, firing fireworks over water. What about the debris ending up in the water?
Well, it's one of those deals where you're going to wait for it to float back to shore. I always don't like prairies and water. I don't like to shoot over. We like to find the concrete, the short grass, stuff that's not going to ignite as fast. Prairie grass will go up really quick. You drop a Roman candle in prairie grass, you have now a big blazing fire. It's happened. It will happen. We just need to try to prevent it as much as we can, because once we knock those prairies down, it's nesting season. Everything is resting right now, having all their babies. So those prairies are full of animals, babies. So we don't want to be catching none of those on fire, and just enjoy it.
Again, going back to being smart and just think about your actions and enjoy. But we want you to be smart.
I love fireworks. They're one of my favorite.
Now, again, going back to water one more time, we're going to be checking in with you on Monday because it's National Fishing Day. So we look forward to hanging out with you next to a pond with a pole in your hand.
Yep, we're going to be at a secret pond, and we might disguise our identity so nobody comes chasing us down to steal our fish.
Well, you get turned into a Jimmy Lunker over here, or what?
You never know.
Okay.
Got a pretty good outfit planned for Monday, but yeah, join us. We're going to catch some fish.
What are you going to go for? Do you know what kind of fish you're going after or not?
Probably some bass.
Some bass?
It's going to be a nice morning. Okay. The bass should be biting.
Okay. We want the pose, holding the largemouth bass. Like that? Like this?
You got to get it way out.
It makes it look bigger. Exactly. All right. So join us on Monday. As we always have great things going on in our program, but we'll be going fishing live in studio as well. But if people want more details on how to enjoy the great outdoors here in Iowa, Chance, how can they get in touch with you?
You can find me on Facebook at Chance Patrick or Iowa's Great Outdoors.
There you go.
Perfect.
Wonderful. All right. We'll see you live on the program Monday with a fishing pole in your hand.
I'm excited.
Hopefully a fish on the hook.
We'll have fish.
All right. 10 minutes before 8 o'clock.